Hello everyone, thank you so much for having me. My name is Mr. Osman Osman. I'm an English, librarian, and global perspective teacher. Today I'm very honored to be here. My job is to help students build up their personalities and how to keep up with today's global issues.
Welcome, Mr. Osman. So you have mentioned that you are a global perspective and a library teacher. Can you tell us about global perspective?
Well, global perspective subject is actually about how to tackle today's problem and how to keep up with today's global issues from different point of view or different perspectives. For example, if I'm from the United States of America, another person from UK, another person from Nigeria or Sudan, I believe everybody has a different point of view. Usually global perspective touches the area of culture and how you see that problem and how you tackle it from your cultural background.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you think global perspective help in building students' character at Byrmnenst and Raise?
As you know, at Byrmnenst and Raise here, first and foremost, as I said before, we help the students how to build their personalities and how to be able to express themselves easily and intuitively. So global perspective actually encourages the student how to debate and how to express their point of view easily and effortlessly. And also the global perspective at Byrmnenst and Raise means that you have to listen as much as you speak. So here we teach a student how to improve and how to speak naturally, easily, and automatically.
And also how to think. So you help them to build their characters.
Yes, we do help them how to build their critical thinking, how to develop it very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes your teaching experience here different from any other school?
As a matter of fact, a lot of schools out there teach a student how to read and study a subject and giving them exams. But here at Byrmnenst and Raise, we teach a student how to practice exam, how to put what they learn into practicality. For instance, last time I was teaching my students in grade 6 how to keep our environment, the earth, clean. So later on, we told them you need to put the trash in the basket trash. That's how we teach them. We're not only teaching them how to memorize words, how to memorize an articles, and how to read them and memorize textbooks, we're teaching them how to put it into practicality.
So you said you also a library teacher. For you, is the library just shelves of books or something deeper?
Well, actually, as a librarian or as a library teacher, I think library is not just about books on the shelf or just a book that you go and read it and memorize it and, vocabulary. It's not about that. Library means you have to think between the lines. You have to really learn, and again, you have to practice what you learn into real life, connecting that problem to a real world. For instance, there is a book called Nelson Mandela. It's an autobiographical book. It's like it talks about the life of Nelson Mandela and how to be free, how to pursue the freedom, and how to be a very famous person. And as you know, Nelson Mandela is a real warrior and fighter to bring the rights of the Black people in South Africa. In doing so, I think we encourage a student to study that book and to put it into real world, not just a book you memorize and you go home.
This is sound very, very rich.
Oh yeah.
So you help students to connect books to their real life experience.
Absolutely. That's what we do here.
That's great.
Yeah.
In your opinion, why are our students different? What makes them stand out?
Well, our students are different and they stand out because, as you know, I told you earlier, here at Byrmnenst and Raise, we encourage students to be themselves, to find the best version of themselves. And I think this is one unique of a kind, you know. This encourages students to be who they are. Second of all, we teach a student how to build their capacity building and how to think big. I remember that book says, grow rich, think big, and grow rich. And I think that's what we are doing here at Byrne and Raise. So they're very unique, they stand out, and everybody can hear their voices.
Okay.
Yes.
If the Permanent Sunrise Library were a person, what kind of personality would it have?
Well, I would say Permanent Sunrise is a person that I always see as easygoing, extrovert, and loving person. Easygoing, like very sociable person, because we encourage the student how to be social and how to socialize with people and how to be more friendly. And second of all, we think that Permanent Sunrise is extrovert. They know everybody, they care about their feeling, and loving because they care for you, they care about you, they always ask about you. So I think I would say loving, extrovert, and easygoing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember any funny or strange question a student ever asked you?
Absolutely. I remember once I was teaching a class, one of the students asked me a question. To me, it was very hilarious and very, like he cracked me up.
Really?
He asked me, yes, of course. He asked me, Mr. Osman, if the earth is like a ball, an oval, how come we have a map? Maps are only lines. Yeah, so to me, that was like absolutely funny. And I was cracked up, to be honest. Right. Yeah. So it was really funny, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you had a magic book to give every student in the school, what would it be and why?
Well, I have 3 books I always recommend, not only my students, but also my friends. First of all, The Audacity of Hope by Barack Hussein Obama, the ex-president of the United States of America.
Wow.
This book teaches you how to be an audacious person, how to have a good personality, and how to make your dreams come true. I recommend. Number 2, there's a book called The 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Here, it teaches you the basic rules of life and how to, for example, sharpen the saw, put first thing first, and so on. Number 3, Grow Rich, Poor Dad and Rich Dad by George Kiyosaki. It teaches you how to be a great businessman and how to run a business and how to be a very successful businessman. So I recommend people read these 3 books. They really change their life to the better.
I will go and read it.
Yeah, sure. I recommend you,
So, if we made a reality show in the library called Survivor Library Edition, who would win and why?
I have 3 students actually. One in grade 7 right now, and the other one in grade 4, and the other one in grade 6. They are very friendly, they are very strong, and they are really fighting very hard and tough. So I would go these people because they really teach me a lot. They teach me how to be a great teacher and how to make the impossible possible and how to have the improbable journey just very effortless. So these people are really having a very great personality and they are very charismatic. So in the morning line, in the morning assembly, when they stand there, they really articulate the way they speak, the way they stand and talk to people. I think it's very friendly and it's very healthy, and I really like them to be the library. Yes.
What should the Wi-Fi password in the library be?
Well, I would go with 2 words. Think big. Because if you think big, you're going to be very successful. Otherwise, you should go home.
Really?
That's what I would say.
Okay. So it's like an advice to anyone.
Yes, it's a piece of advice that everybody should put it and understand it profoundly, because it's a long life term plan and advice. So keep it in mind.
Do you have any message you would like to say to the parents?
Well, absolutely I do. Dear parents, home is like school, and school is like home. Our mutual work together, we are going to build that child, and he's going to be our tomorrow's leader and president. And also building that personality. You could be a better person to the society rather than being enemy to the society. So for that, let's cooperate together. Let's put our hands together to build that personality to make a very successful and healthy person. Because when we build a healthy and a strong person, we are going to have a very secure and stable future. And this is what we are aiming at. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.